Hi, this is Christelle Martinette, and I'm here. This is just a short video as an introduction to my new style, my new podcast. This is an introduction to my October readings, because many of you were of two minds asking me, well, we like to see the video because we like to see the cards. And those of you who wrote in saying that the podcast, you preferred the podcast, said, well, it really makes me listen more carefully. And I have to say, I too am of two minds, because I do like to show the cards. I really do. But I can't deny that I really have a strong sense of connection when I turn off the video and when I use my voice and just listen. So in this intro, well, first of all, let me show you this. I'm doing this because a colleague of mine, well, a friend of mine said, oh, that warlock, that marionette, it just is the creepiest thing, but it's harmless. It's a true marionette. And I just wanted to show it to you so you don't get freaked out by it. This was, it's a handmade marionette, and I got this at the airport. You know how you're waiting on to board, and right next into the corner there was a shop that had all handmade marionettes, and it was so cute. Look at that hat. Look at that hat. So cute, so cute. And so, I just brought it here to make you see with me, so just relax. Now, what I'm going to do in this video is that I'm going to show you the deck of cards that I'll be using. So when I call on you and ask you to, even though I do them in a pre-recorded way, I'm going to channel and listen to the energies that I get from each individual sign. So let me first tell you that I'll be using the runes. I'll be starting with the runes casting. And I'll be using these tiger eyes runes because you can see them. The etching is fairly clear, and for me to see, when I usually read, it's usually dark, and so I like to be able to see them. And I'll be using those first. You'll hear them in the podcast. Then I have three different decks to use. The first is the Voodoo Tarot deck that I've used before. You've known that. This is the 14th Major Arcana, we can call that. Thibonage, the 20th Major Arcana, the Ancestors, just to give you a few. 0, the World Egg, and so on. Then we have a Santeria 2 card, Olofi, just to give you a few of the cards, just to give you an idea, but you know these more than the other two decks. And the next deck is the Tarot of Muja, de la Muja, who is an artist. And just to give you an idea of what they look like, this is the 11th card. What could that be? Justice. You can see that maybe the 11th Major Arcana, that's Justice. This is who do we have here? The Emperor. Oops, the Emperor. Here we have the Hermit. Lovely cards, lovely cards. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Let me put these away and show you another deck, which is the Tarot of Sexual Magic. And I've used this twice, 2 other times. This is the 9 of Cups. This is the version of the 9 of Cups. Whoa, the foot of my marionette has fallen. This is the High Priestess. High Priestess. This is the Magician. Let me see if I could get it better. Oh, the closer, the farther away I get it from the light, there it is, the better it is. And this is our Knight of Swords. Get a load of that, our Knight of Swords. There you are. Okay, so, but another reason why I wanted to give an introduction is that I wanted to thank a colleague, a fellow reader, for having sent me a person to work with. Thank you, Lou, Louisiana Lou. Why am I thanking her? The main reason is that it gave me the opportunity to fine-tune what I was doing. It was a particular case, and it made me able to speak about it and to give you, my experience with this person and to tell you how I work. So I thought it would clarify a lot of things. So in short, the person was looking for initially a black witch or a warlock, someone who could fight fire with fire in terms of black magic. Now, well, this is an expression in English, fight fire with fire, get the same intensity, because he felt that he was an object of black magic. Now, the person was looking for that, but then he came to me and I asked him to tell me what the story was about. And I was taking notes, and he told me that for decades he has been targeted with black magic. And I wanted, in some way, I invited him for a consultation, okay, to understand. And he prefaced the introduction of this whole story with a series of admonishments, of warnings, telling me that he had been to many other people before me, and none of them wanted to work with him because each one individually had suffered some kind of flash of negative energy towards them directly. One was threatened, her life was threatened, another fell ill with a serious illness for an extremely long time. And I let him talk. Like I said, I took notes, I asked my questions, and then I explained to him how I worked. Now, what I will explain to you is my form of white magic. Okay, we could call it white magic, but I just want to say that we can change the words around. It's all the same, just like any field, physics, linguistics. People have, and groups of people that work together have different ways of calling things, and in different countries they call the same phenomenon with another lexical item, all right? So, but what I want to say is that this is a form of white magic. It's a service that I provide and that I've listed on my website. First and foremost, I told him my diagnosis, that what he was experiencing was only one of many, far many other more serious blocks and restrictions that could be ailing him. And I started asking him a number of questions, but then I hit him with the fundamental question. What is your intention? What do you want to achieve by coming to me? And what he said was this: I want two things. One, I want to unmask the largest pedophile ring in the Northern Hemisphere. And two, I want to be able to receive adequate medical care, because in his country, in Ireland, he was negated that for several different reasons. Okay, I won't go into the political side to it now. And with that, having heard that, with those objectives, it put me in a position of being able to then do my magic, eliminating any negative influences on him, stopping him from achieving those goals. How? I was able to cut bonds, contracts, curses, and remove curses and vows, spells, anything, you name it, that were affecting him directly. The list is endless. Affecting him directly, and as a consequence, it would block the negative energy affecting him, and it would not target but contain those people, he listed names, first and last names, that were manipulating him throughout the decades. These people represent members of the clergy, solicitors, barristers, and politicians in that country. Now, one important thing is that there was no fear. I never, ever operate with fear. If I have to be fearful, I just say no. It's not a moment when I can work. The process was reversed, is reversed, because their initial energetic dealings and workings, or if we want to call it magic, were halted But we had, of course, this person who was in a wheelchair, who was dying, and ultimately was powerless, disempowered completely. And one thing then leads to another, and you get the press, you get someone to help you out, physicians to, okay, so it's a series of things that then change. Now, this is just to give you an idea of what how I work. Fundamental is not, and this is a suggestion for all other readers, all other energy workers, light workers, never work if you are fearful. And there's something that when someone comes to me, and I have seen a lot of different cases, okay? When I decide if I can work with you, and this is determined by a series of parameters linked to the nature of your soul, I never have to decide if I'm conditioned by fear or any other, or because it will create repercussions. So thank you for giving me this opportunity to say that. And thanks again, Lou. I appreciate that. Now off to the readings. Bye-bye. Hi, Aquarius. And you know, when you take a decision and you want to do just the audio, just like my, of course, I announced, everything goes wrong. And it was so time consuming to do it, but my program crashed, my audio program, so I can't use that system. But I'm here to do it the old way. Let me see what the month of October, which kicks off with a new moon, what it holds for you, Aquarius. Well, there's, it's as if, Aquarius, you have a very clear idea of what you should be doing. Okay, this is a general reading, of course. But what I'm seeing here is that clarity of vision was the highest most on your agenda, and you are having that. Of course, it was a process that took a while to reach and to develop, but it was made possible, and it is made possible, and the runes are suggesting to you that there will be more of a possibility to have clearer vision of where you are going, about to go, want to go, should be going, when it is done in tandem with another person, when you are in a partnership. It's not a moment for going things alone. If you're going to open a business, do so, but have a right-hand man or woman. Do so in a partnership. This is what the month of October and the new moon, for any new initiatives that will be coming up, Aquarius. Any new initiatives are best done in partnership. Now, the interesting part of the runes, there are 3 conversations, 1, 2, and 3. And the first conversation talks about safety in numbers and being really protected when you are flanked. And the second conversation talks about the dire need, the importance of clarifying your vision in terms of where you are going. And the third conversation talks about doing it your way. Doing it your way. I'm just going to move a stone here just to give you a little, there you go. Just give us a little bit of brightness. And doing it your way. Trying to find the personal nature of the way you go about things. Trying to find the distinction that sets you aside from all others. And it's interesting, this, because it gives you the possibility of not only organizing and planning your here and now, but it gives you the ability to plan way farther down the line and doing it in a very specific personal way. Again, flanked by another person, having a right-hand man or woman, and not going it exactly alone, but the planning needs to be done in your own distinct fashion. All right, let me ask you to concentrate on these three decks. The, the Sexual Magic deck, the Muha Tarot, and the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot. I'm getting the Muha and the New Orleans. Let me start with the Muha on the right here. And then I'll mix these blocks of cement that are these cards so strong and so hard. New Orleans Voodoo. See, Aquarius, what they have to add. Now, on the one hand, the Muha Tarot are talking about financial conditions and your livelihood. They're telling me that you're going to have quite a run for your money in terms of your livelihood. You're going to have a push-pull situation where you just get aid, you get a bank loan, you get an investor, a partner who wishes to invest. Then something happens that pulls the rug from under your feet, and so you have to regroup and then again make do with the situation at hand. I have here the Temperance card, and it is above the 10 of Pentacles, actually. And we also have our King of Wands. What they're telling me, they're painting a picture of how you go about solving things in this hurricane of events, this push-pull of events. And not only, it seems that quite clearly you turn to family members and you turn to all of your close friends, extended family, close family to help with your initiatives and with your difficulties. And that will work perfectly. Of course, this is a general reading, but what I'm seeing is that that is the most suitable solution for you to take. Now, the Voodoo Tarot talk about keeping your feet on the ground. Right? And some of you, I can hear you already saying, what about love? What about love? What about love? They're telling you to keep your feet on the ground. And they're also, Aquarius, saying that now is the moment to concentrate on these matters. Everything has to take a second, be put on the back burner. Now, being grounded and taking a grassroots level solution to the issues that you're having is going to serve you well. And it's also, the Voodoo Tarot are also suggesting that you take unconventional attempts at solving your difficulties. For those of you who don't want to turn to the family or friends, or who have burned your bridges there, they're suggesting that you take leaps and bounds and try things that you have not tried before. go to a different country for a loan, a bank that is not your own, seeking out funds from a different way. There's kickstart campaigns, things like that. I mean, I'm not an expert, but there are so many things that you can do. And depending on where you are in the planning stage of your business, of your enterprise, and of course not all of you out there have businesses, but what they are talking about, for those of you who are looking for work, they're telling you to go to those family members and extended family and friends to get help. Now, and by the way, I think it was an Aquarius who just tweeted me and saying, I have this, how do you think, I can't answer in writing. I've said it over and over. In Twitter, I'll be going live once a day. And if no one comes to chat with me, I'll turn off after a few minutes. So it will take time, but we'll be getting that up. It'll be working. Now, another thing is that there is beneath the surface what seems to be very clear to you, things that seem to be clear to you, in truth are hiding something, some insidious difficulty that you're not seeing and you will not be able to see in this period of October. But I'll take some cards to clarify that. There's another thing here. There's even though the runes did say, and the runes are saying, that was a central conversation about your insight and how sharp it is and how you need to fine-tune your insight, I see there's an admonishment. There's sort of a warning from the Voodoo Tarot that are telling me that you'll be conditioned, your insight will be conditioned by the sadness, by the sort of, there will be days when you're thinking, oh, I can't make it, I'm not going to make it. That has to be guarded against. You have to trust your instincts. You have to trust your insight as well. Now, there's also a number of interesting messages here from the New Orleans Tarot. One being that you're going to, Aquarius in general, this is a general reading, will be receiving, let's say, I'm going to call it a gift, and it could be also explained as something that just, windfall that comes into you, a gift, a light bulb that turns on over your head, because all of a sudden you're going to find out, oh, what? I can't believe I missed that. I didn't see it was right before my nose. That I call a gift. When something, the light bulb turns on and you finally understand what you should be doing, that's going to happen around mid-month as well. Now, again, guarding against that, oh God, I can't make it. I won't be able to do it. I can't. That you're going to have to be careful with. I'm going to take some Vera Sibilla on these cards now. And first of all, I'm going over the newness of the enterprise, the new beginning of something, the planning stages. See what this, the ups and downs, let's see. Okay, now the ups and downs involved, and here comes the emotional side to the story. What do we have here? We have leggerezza, lightness of being, stanza, the room, intimate communication, and conversation. So there is communication, and there is communication of a manner that is not as perhaps as profound as you would like it. Okay, this is a story on that famous back burner that I was talking about. This is a story that you're trying to keep, hidden under those cards. Well, the amount of communication that I'm seeing here is going to explode if you don't give it your attention. One way of giving it your attention is in a physical way, literally having physical contact with that person that is of interest to you. I'm going down here to this 10 of Pentacles next to the King of Wands. First, I'll do the 10 of Pentacles. Yes, there is. That is the help of the friends in family. The Donna Marita that speaks to that, the protective family member. And Giovane Fanciulla, in incipients, in the beginning of your planning phases, do that in the very beginning if you can. And the Messaggero, you will get help from those family members. Of course, I understand, me included, don't always like to go back to family members for help, but sometimes it's the best place, and it usually works. Going to the King of Wands. All right, the King of Wands is telling us that, yes, it is indeed riunione, falsità, and speranza, meeting lies and hope. This is telling me, they're telling me that they're falling apart. This is telling me that you will shy away from this meeting. You'll shy away from contacting that that significant, I was always going to say, that insignificant other. You're going to shy away from that and hope that the situation will clear up in the month of October for you. So then you can come back renewed, replenished. And from what I see, it may spill into the month of October, November as well. Let's take a few more cards on the Voodoo Tarot. I'm going to take 3 Sibillas on the Santeria suit, the 3 card. Oh yeah, take a look at how lovely that is. Oh yeah. Well, all right. Help from your friends. Remember I said that that was a windfall. Mid-month, you're going to get something. You're going to have a gift. I called it a gift. Well, the Donna di Servizio, the housemaid, talks about that. Precisely points to a gift, and which will bring you much happiness in the safe, this denaro, in the financial realm for you. Because this comes as an actual gift while you're proceeding in your planning stage. You see, you have here Aljits, which is a rune of great protection when you, especially for October, when you are partnered in working together with someone else. I'm going to take the Sibilla here also on the looking, that falling prey to a bit of depression. Let's see what that's all about. Okay. Well, we've got malinconia artista, which is also an intellect, and prigione, being a prisoner of the past. This is being a prisoner of the past, and that is why you become prone to this momentary, every now and then in the month of October, I'm not going to make it. This is what you're thinking, okay? It's something of the past. Malinconia speaks to the past. It's over and done with. There's a cross here from a cemetery. It's over and gone. Do not be immobilized, okay? Now, I'm going to take a few Sibilla on the last, no, not the last, the Radha Mambo card, which is a suit, which is the court card in one of the court cards, and see what they say, because it talks about something that you're not seeing, something that's there, but an insidious glitch in the system. Okay, and yeah, it is something that you can't, unavoidable actually. This is Costanza, Dottore, the doctor, and Viaggio. It will be something that has been there, fomenting, and it will come up, but nothing that you can't deal with. Okay, the doctor speaks to that, taking care of it. But it will be coming, and it's coming right in for you to take care of it. It's something that has always been there, if that can give you a clue, Aquarius. It's always been there. It's a weak point in your, it's a weak link in the chain of command, in the chain of your working process. I hope this was of help. Aquarius, and do follow me on Twitter. You can see my Twitter name, because there is a program that allows me to go live any time of day, anytime I want. But and I can answer there. I can answer questions because there's the chat, and it's very quick, very easy, and lovely for me to use. So come and see me on Twitter. Do not write to me asking me, well, what do you think if I do that? I cannot answer. I don't have time to do that. I mean, you put food on my table too, and I have to eat and sleep sometimes. So, getting out these videos is a real chore. I swear to you. And I've had a little bit of unluck with these, with the sound and all of that. So I'm going to try to get the rest of them out. Namaste, Aquarius. Until we read together again. Bye-bye.